Hi, this is Craig at Cam Electric. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to repair the charging port on the Tesco Hudl. We got Tesco Hudls for our kids and they've been great, to be honest. They're not the best tablet in the world, but they're ideal for kids. The problem is with kids, tiny little charging ports and tiny little fingers don't mix. And one of our kids has broken the charging port quite quickly. So what I'm going to do is show you how I replaced mine. I searched on eBay for Tesco Hudl charging port, found a charging board which is like so, and it cost 20 quid, well £19.95 from an eBay seller. It came within a couple of days, and there didn't seem to be anywhere that showed how to do this. So if you're fairly competent with a small screwdriver and have a little bit of patience, you can do this yourself. So what happens with the ports is that if we look inside there, the pins get mashed up by people, children, just being hand-fisted really with the ports. They're only tiny little ports, kids just don't really get it. So to replace the Hudl port, okay, what we need to do is remove the back of the Hudl. Now what I'll show you is this back is already off, but this was the hardest part of the repair. So what I'll do is I'll show you a close-up of it. It's clipped on, and as you can see, it's clipped around the edges. They're just tiny little. See if we can get a better shot of that. Get it up to the light. Kind of hooked in there. Let's see if we can get you a better shot. There you go. So if we zoom in on that and try and focus. You can see how the little hooks, and basically if we get a side-on view, you can see running along the edge little dimples. That's the other edge, but fit into little dimpled recesses around the Hudl. Just as it around the edge. So basically you have to find something really thin and quite sturdy to sort of get in between this edge and this edge and kind of prise up gently. Now I used a Stanley knife blade. I'm not recommending children or anybody who isn't compos mentis does that, but that's what I used and it did the job. I just literally had to prise it very carefully, pop it off. Once you've got one edge off, you can kind of work it out. Once you've got the top off, you can see that you have the big battery cell. Now these are glued in, so again I used a paint scraper to just ease up the edge and sort of take the battery out without bending it really, because you don't want to bend and twist the battery cell. And I didn't unplug it, I just laid it over the top there, and you can see there's a ribbon cable joining the USB port to the main board. Now that's released by two little clips, so you have to be real careful here. One here and one here. Ooh, it's quite difficult to do when you're filming it yourself. So from there, if you just watch, get that screwdriver on there, you can see how that clicks up, and then the same this side. Let's see if we can get a better shot. That just pulls up, and that's like a release mechanism which releases the cable. Now this cable's also glued down, so what I'd suggest you do in this situation is release the clips while it's in place, then remove with your two little screwdrivers, sorry, your two screws with the little screwdriver. Remove the screws, and then if you ease up the cable, be very careful with that because that's a ribbon cable, which so each line is an actual a physical connection from this plug here to the plug across the way on the board. So if you damage that cable, it'll stop working anyway. Ease it up and then literally lift it out. Once you've lifted it out, you've already undone the clips. Just gently pull it off, and as you can see, that's the ribbon cable you're left with, and that's the charging port. That's actually the new one. I did the video in reverse. I realised that there wasn't anything on YouTube particularly good, so I thought I'd try and do a bit better job of the video of how to. So that's how you would remove it, and then replace it in the same way. So with your tags up on your new board, make sure the two tags are up. 1, 2, lift them up before you try and enter the ribbon cable. Push the ribbon cable all the way home, click the two little clips down, 1, 2, and then once it's in there, you can then quite easily manoeuvre the board into place and sit it in. It just locates on a couple of little pegs. See there, just a small locating peg just there, just to line the board up. Once you've got it in, it doesn't move left and right, and the port is in place where it should be externally. You'd already will have had this fitted. I can't show you because I'm holding the camera with one hand and trying to demonstrate with another. So that would already be in place. Replace your screws and flip your battery back over and put that in place. Make sure you got your cameras in. Actually, one thing just to mention, when I removed this, the two cameras, the forward facing camera and the rear camera, actually popped out. They're just clipped in on tiny little squares, connectors. I don't know what they're called, but that's a connection and that's a connection, and then that just lifts out as one unit. If it does pop out, they are easy to put back in, but you have to be very careful to make sure that the all the pins on the little square, it's a little rectangle actually, line up, and then it's like a press stud, you just press it on. Be careful not to touch the chips, because you can get static on your hand, which can damage components, electronic components with static from your hand. And then you would replace the lid, and job done.